literally cannot believe that I managed to finally get a job in esports. And y'all know how we do things around here. I'm gonna go and tell you everything that I know. Hi friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video, we're gonna be talking about how to get a job in esports. And again, I'm gonna preface this by saying that everything is my experience and your experience might be different, but still, any info could help, right? So if you guys don't know, let me give you a background about myself. My name is Kat, I'm 21 years old as of now, and I am a full-time Twitch streamer and a content creator, and I am also Dignitas's social media intern. Also, if my voice sounds wonky, I was working the RLCS Winter Major this weekend, and I kind of am losing my voice from it. And a little bit of background on myself. I graduated from UC Berkeley in 2021 with a biology major. And I went into full-time streaming and content creation the moment I graduated. So, first and foremost, let's talk about how I got the job in the first place. Basically, I was looking for a job in esports for the longest time now because my parents were telling me to get a real job because streaming isn't a real job. So I was looking for a job in esports because that's all I wanted to work in. I didn't want to work in anything else. And my boyfriend, who follows the senior social media manager at Dignitas, sent me a post that he tweeted out saying that they were looking for a social media manager, and he told me that I should apply. He's a G. He always sends me job openings that he sees because he is a professional league player, so he follows a lot of people in the industry. So I saw that and I immediately applied. And once I applied, I also DM'd that social media manager, the senior guy, and told him, hey, I am applying for this job, giving a little bit of an intro about myself just to show that I was really enthusiastic about it. And unfortunately, I didn't get the job, but he responded back to me and said that while I did not get the social media manager job, there was an opening for a social media intern and that I should apply for it. So I actually kind of forgot about it and I applied 2 days later and I was like, oh shoot, I hope I'm not too late. But I managed to get the interview and then obviously I got the job. So here we are now. So first and foremost, what helps in getting the job in the first place? So if anybody has done extensive job searching, you guys already know that jobs are very difficult to find, and oftentimes when the listing is made publicly available, it either one, has already been taken, or two, it's often already offered to people internally, so you only get the jobs that people internally didn't take. My first recommendation is that you follow these esports orgs on LinkedIn so you can get notified every time there is a job opening, or I would constantly get emails about these orgs that had positions open. I would also go onto their website, and most organizations have a career or jobs section on their website. So I would go to that site, go to their career section, and see if they had any openings. A lot of times also they had an email that you can send a general email to, so even if there weren't any openings, I would still cold email these organizations. I actually believe I cold emailed Dignitas, and man, if I could get access to that email, I want to go look for it because that's kind of embarrassing. I know I said some weird stuff because back then I didn't know the whole job searching thing and how it should work. So I was like, please give me job or else. Also, the most important tip I could give you is to follow what would be your boss on Twitter. Twitter is the LinkedIn for esports and content creation. You need to have a Twitter if you really want to be in this industry. It's an essential tool that you're missing out on if you don't have one. So, that being said, you should follow who would be your boss if you were to get that position, if that made sense. So, I was trying to be a social media coordinator or social media manager, so I would follow the senior social media director, who would be my boss. Because it's always those people that are tweeting out about job opportunities. And more times than not, from my experience, those people, those higher ups, are the ones tweeting about job openings. I don't even think Dignitas on their main channel even tweeted that they were looking for a social media manager or an intern. It was the senior social media manager that tweeted that out. So if I wasn't following him, or if my boyfriend wasn't following him, I would have never known that this job opening was there. Now, what helped in getting the job? First and foremost, the resume. That is the most important thing, and that is also the first thing they look at. That's the first thing they use to go and weed out candidates. You want to make sure your resume is very strong. So in terms of esports, you want to make sure you have a lot of esports experience, and especially leadership experience in esports. That's what's really gonna make you stand out. Unless obviously you're applying to be a player, then I guess the leadership wouldn't matter. I'm talking about working in the industry though. So leadership experience could include clubs on campus, like being on board, being the president, treasurer, social media manager, whatever, for esports orgs on campus. If you're not in high school or college, or your school does not have any esports affiliations, there's also community organizations out there that you can also join. There's the amateur circuits, there's for League of Legends, there's, an example is Galorants for Valorant, which is just a Discord server that then later was acquired by Gen.G. But it started off as a Discord server made by people who just wanted a community for female Valorant players. If you really don't have any of those organizations available to you, go start your own. That's a great way to go and show leadership experience that you have within esports. And again, secondly, leadership experience in general also really helps. Doesn't have to be just within esports, but any sort of leadership experience. For me personally, I had my boba business where I sold boba stickers and keychains, and that was a big leadership experience that I had. Even though I had literally no relation to esports or gaming whatsoever, it still really helped a lot, and it looked good on my resume. Game familiarity also helps. This is the lowest criteria because obviously the other ones mean more. Obviously having a leadership experience and business acumen would make you more fit for a job than knowing how to play the game. But a lot of times organizations are looking for people to work specifically involving a game or a video game of sorts. So being familiar with it helps. It's not the end-all be-all. There are definitely people in the industry who don't even play video games, and there's people in the industry who are diehard fans. So you don't need to play the game. But for me personally, again, they were looking for somebody who has affiliations with League of Legends and Valorant, and wow, wouldn't you know, I've played League for 7 years and Valorant for 2 now, so kind of been a slave to Riot for a while. Also, lastly, experience in the position you're looking for is extremely helpful. So this could be anything. If you're looking to be social media, which is what I do, I have my own TikTok account that I manually grew to almost 350,000 followers. So I have experience in the industry and in the role I am applying for, and I can prove using numbers that I am successful in doing it. And besides just like numerical success, they also look for consistency. Can you hold out the job for a decent amount of time? You want to show that you can start and then finish a project through completion. Or if the project has no end date, like my TikTok account is not gonna end anytime soon, then that I can manage consistent posting and consistent usage of it to make sure that, I won't be slacking off when they hire me. So an example again is if you were to work in art and you're looking to go be a concept artist or something, can you take a character and flesh it out from idea to full concept? And can you show that eloquently in a portfolio where other people can then look at it and understand? I don't have much experience with editing and film and things like that, so regarding those things, I can't speak too much about it. But the biggest and most important thing of all, you want to make sure that you show that you are hardworking and you are passionate. This is something my boyfriend said that's very true. In the esports industry, they want talented and hardworking people. That's all they want. You can be talented and hardworking, and then once you make it on the org, they don't want to let you go afterwards because you're a valuable asset to them. And even if down the line you choose to not do the role you were hired for, a lot of times they'll allow you to easily transition into another role you have, because talented and hardworking individuals and true talent is very difficult to come by. And also it's easy to go and look at yourself and think, oh, I don't have much I can put on my resume because I didn't do that much. That's what I felt too. I was like, I don't have that many things to put on. Like, I don't know. Because I graduated in 3 years, so I have less experience than most people also because I graduated so quickly. But I was kind of like, let me look at the things I do and see if I can talk about it and fluff it up. Fluff it up a little bit, not lie, but talk about some things that you did that may not have been super important to you, but it's still worth putting down. Like, I did graphic design for an organization on campus, and I didn't think that it was that much, but I put it down anyways because it's still something in esports that I did. And last but not least, and this is the nature of the industry, but knowing people helps a lot. Network with people on LinkedIn and Twitter. Make sure you go and follow people in the industry, you interact with them. A lot of people in the industry also stream on Twitch. So if you're a Twitch streamer or a Twitch viewer, I would slide through and pull up. Make sure, again, you're not being manipulative and like using people for your own gain. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to get to know more people, especially people in the industry. A lot of times when jobs are available, first and foremost, people go to their friends before they go to the general public to look for somebody to sub in. For me personally, I didn't have any connections to the industry, so it was really difficult for me to get in, knowing literally nobody. It did help that my boyfriend is Dignitas's Academy jungler, but when I talked to the people that hired me, they said that when they went into the interview for my position, they said that they were not going to go and consider my affiliation with my boyfriend in terms of my job. And I asked them too, because I was worried. I was like, oh, like, did I get hired because because of him and because I'm actually not as qualified as I should be, but just because I know I'm dating somebody that does work for you guys? And they said no, 100% no, that was not a factor whatsoever. So I don't know what to conclude about that. He was my only affiliation into esports whatsoever. And but at the same time, they said that it didn't matter at all in terms of their consideration for me as an intern. So even if you have no esports affiliation, it's completely fine. You just need to start networking and talking to people. Make sure you follow these people on their social media platforms so that you know when jobs are opening up. And when you apply for the job, biggest thing, slide in their DMs and let them know you applied so they kind of can take a note on you and they know that you are an applicant in their application pool when they're looking at your resume. Because oftentimes it's easy to cold email a resume and then get lost in the sauce. But that extra DM helps so much. Plus, he let me know that there was an internship opening that was available for social media that I didn't know about. So yeah, I hope this video helped. I do streaming advice normally, but you know, I want to just be that kind of big sister person that's there to go help you out if you ever need help. And a lot of people, when I was working at the winter major for Rocket League, they approached me and asked me how to get a job in esports. So I thought this video might be helpful to go make. So leave a like and subscribe if you thought this video was helpful. I'd also appreciate it so much if you check me out on my Twitch, because I do stream 4 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. PST. Also, in case you guys didn't know, because I don't plug it enough and I definitely need to plug it, I do have a Patreon. It is linked down below. And I offer stream coaching, advice, shoutouts, and behind the scenes on my YouTube videos. So I'd like to give a shout out to Mario, Laylee Frazier, and Elysian for being my Patreon members in a tier for the shoutouts. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for supporting me and allowing me to continue making these videos free for all of you guys. And if you like this, again, I hope to catch you guys in another video. Peace.